And just as everybody imagined, Coetzer is going to come to Bruno. Bruno won't have to go looking for him. Little right kick to the ear from Bruno. And the South African, who knows this is his last chance to get anywhere near a world title fight, has come to fight. Bruno has quite a lot of reach advantage, although Coetzer is actually an inch taller. Hitting and holding. With that moustache, Coetzer really does look like a man from another age. Left hand of Bruno is proving a deterrent for Coetzer. He's finding it difficult to get past it. And although Bruno weighs this massive 17 stone 6, he still looks quite lively on his feet. And Coetzer getting clubbed to the head, even in the clinch. But once again, Bruno told by Roy Francis not to hold. And Coetzer throwing plenty of punches in these little flurries. And certainly Frank doesn't want to take any chances. So far, Bruno hasn't come across with the really big right hand, the one that destroyed Rivalton a few months ago. Okay, so the clear gist of opinion upstairs is that Bruno's got a lively opponent. Looking very red in the face. He's got that mark underneath the right eye that he picked up sparring with Joe Bugsner's son. With the left hand around the back of Coetzer's head. Coetzer's own left jab getting to work. And still the big right hand hasn't come over from Frank. Mark, some red appearing at the side of Coetzer's left eye's cut, underneath the eye. Doesn't look too bad, but the first damage has appeared. Quite a dangerous looking left hook from Coetzer there. has all the makings of a fair old battle. Bruno is getting himself into troubled waters here with Roy Francis with that holding. There's the left hook of Coetzer's again. That might be the biggest danger punch he has. I don't think Bruno's unleashed the really big guns yet, and again Bruno gives him a long, sidelong glance as they part at the bell. Bruno unmarked, but we know that Coetzer has got some slight damage to the left eye, and this is probably how it was caused, with those left jabs being pushed through and a bit of elbow to go with it. South African. It's on the other side. The cut, it's I think it's just underneath the left eye. It's not serious, but there certainly was a smear of blood there.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round ready.
Bruno's had under 8 minutes competitive boxing in the last 3.5 years. And if this goes any distance, that might tell. And again, the left hook from Coetzer's, I think that's hurt Bruno. The left hook, which was the danger punch in the second round, has found him again. And I'm pretty certain Bruno felt that quite hard. Again, Bruno holding with the left hand. He's really got to find the big punch here to deter this South African. Coetzer threatening to rough him up. Coetzer always crouching in and ducking in under the big punches, not giving Bruno too much chance to get set to throw the big rights. Bruno clubbing him down inside, but not with full leverage. Round 3. That's a beautiful left hand underneath from Bruno. But we know that Coetzer can take a punch, and he can certainly give one. Roy Francis is just beginning to lose his rag with Bruno. Big attack by Coetzer, and Bruno doesn't want to stand around in the corner and get caught with those. Still, Coetzer manages to take those clubbing right hands. Most of them he's taking on the top of the head because he's coming in, crouching. Big attack by Bruno. Well, it's the sort of test that Frank Bruno had to have if he was going to make good his ambitions to go for another world title fight. It never looked like being easy on paper. Coetzer beginning to look slightly weary. He's taken a few clubbing punches to the head, and they may be beginning to have their effect, and maybe the punches that Riddick Bowe caught him with only 3 or 4 months ago, they might tell in this fight too. They're coming back into it again. The moment Frank eases up, the South African is straight back at him. It's not the cleanest of fights. A bit of elbow going in. Coetzer's cut under the right eye. That's the injury he brought in with him. And it's opened up again. And underneath the eye is not dangerous. Left hand into the body has looked his best punch so far. Apart from the nab, the niggling jab all the time in Coetzer's face, and that's caused the cut under the right eye. It's round 4. Well, we have to find a courageous man to represent you in heavyweight boxing. It certainly would be Coetzer. Bruno's cautious about the shoulder now. He's done the elbow, the shoulder, he's done a bit of holding. He's still holding with the left hand. That's the old Muhammad Ali trick. Low one from Coetzer. Bruno really needs to keep him away. He doesn't want him too close in. It is essential if Bruno is going to win this, but he tries to keep him at long range, not only to keep himself out of trouble, where he can get some leverage to get his own right hand to work. Now the cut above the right eye, as Coetzer, becoming more obvious as it begins to bleed again. And this is a real tough mole. That's a good right. That's one of the best right hands that Bruno's put across so far. And this South African demonstrates his resilience. He took it so well. A lot of Bruno's past opponents would have collapsed like a deck chair at that point. Bruno being dragged into this close quarter stuff that he doesn't really need. Coetzer now, I think, is cut above the left eye as well. I think he's now got 4 cuts. Now, one of these cuts is bleeding very badly, but he's slowly being pierced and perforated around the eyes. Again, this clubbing right hand, which is about the only time Bruno's really being able to use his right hand. He's so close in all the time, he has to bring it down, chopping onto the top of the head. Coetzer far from beaten at this point. He's still got some strength left. And not one bit of his courage has been drained out of him yet. Roy France is having a very close look at Coetzer's face there as he parted them. The two of them now, I think, are desperately tired. Rounds, halfway point. But Coetzer's face now very heavily marked, although he's not bleeding badly. I'm pretty certain he's cut above and below both eyes. I may be wrong about the left, but I thought I saw blood there. That's the worst cut, the one underneath the right eye, but it's not too dangerous in that position. There's a nasty looking diagonal cut above the right eye, which could become very awkward. There's some replay from that last round. That was a good, not one of Bruno's best punches, but one of the best he's thrown in this fight. And he's simply not being allowed the chances. He's got a live opponent who's moving around and closing in on him all the time.
Second round, round 6.
So a grueling heavyweight fight in the Wembley Arena. The 17 stone 6 Frank Bruno in his 38th fight. His third in this comeback against the man from Pretoria, Pierre Coetzer, in his 43rd fight tonight. Sometimes in past fights, when they've gone any distance, Bruno has begun to look a little short of ideas and sometimes runs out of steam after about 6 rounds. We're in the 6th, and Bruno really needs to go to work. Beginning to jab with the right hand now. Strange tactics. Well, those 6 weeks of training now, this is where it's got to pay off, if it's going to pay off. Bruno's breathing hard. And again, the elbow and the shoulder going in from Bruno. Tries the big slashing right hand. And that only stirs Coetzer into action. Certainly Coetzer is definitely cut above the left eye now, looking rather worse. Again, the elbow in his face. Roy France is telling him yet again. And Bruno's having to take quite a few punches in order to get his own in. That's a better right hand. And a left to the body as well from Bruno. And Coetzer is going through a very rough passage at the moment. Heads and shoulders banging together. A lot of dirty work going on, and I have to say it, most of it coming from Bruno. Coetzer is cut in many places. He's far from beaten. Lennox, what do you feel about it? Okay. Two gentlemen upstairs, not quite agreeing. But it's hard play. There's the heads rubbing together. It's the shoulder and the elbow. There's the shoulder going in from Bruno. That's the sort of thing that's incurring the wrath of Roy Francis. Not so much the head.
10 seconds.
Well, this is the longest fight Bruno's had since the one with Bugner, Joe Bugner, back in October 1987 at the Spurs football ground. That went 8 rounds, and Bruno stopped him in the 8th. And now we're in the 7th with this one. Well, everybody said that one day Frank Bruno would have to have a real test. He's certainly getting it tonight. Bruno's mouth showing signs of damage. Coetzer, a really rugged battler from the old school. The Bruno corner, quite urgently calling to their man now. Push him off, get to him, come on Frank. Coetzer's still there and he's still coming back at him. And it's become, as I think Gary Mason said earlier, a battle of wills. Who wants it more? And Coetzer is in a lot of trouble now. But again, he manages to get out of the corner and comes back with a left hook. Bravery of a very high order. Of big socking right hands. Coetzer tries to find his own. But the pain from those cuts on the face, the pain from this incessant hammering must be getting through even to this Iron Man from South Africa. We all knew that Coetzer was a tough man. I wonder if he realised he was quite as tough as he is. Bruno's not very careful here. He could just get himself slung out. And Frank can't put him on the floor. Coetzer's cuts have been cleaned up. 3 rounds left. Bruno's lower lip shining redly under the lights. And again he takes a socking left hook, Bruno. That was a good punch from Coetzer. And it's going to take all of Bruno's determination here to weather this. Well, Bowe got rid of this man in 7 rounds. It's taken Frank a little longer. He hasn't got rid of him yet either. Coetzer still, amazingly, still finding strength from somewhere. He's the one coming forward. That's a better punch. That hurt him at last. He was only saved because 2 or 3 people around me helped push him back. And so, for the first time in the 8th round, Bruno's right hand suddenly came through and Coetzer went down. He hasn't been down too many times in his career. And here's the chance for Bruno to bring it all to an end in dramatic fashion. It took him 8 rounds to really get through. And the towel has come in from the South African corner. It's all over. They've pulled Coetzer out of the fight. That's a pretty humane gesture.
Our gentlemen, please. This, ladies and gentlemen.
In dramatic fashion. It took him 8 rounds to really get through. And the towel has come in from the South African corner. It's all over. Bruno got through a punch that hurt him. He's come out almost. That's a better punch. That hurt him at last. Bruno got through. One coming forward. Bruno got through a punch that hurt him. He's come out almost on top of me. He was only saved because 2 or 3 people around me helped push him back. And so, for the first time in the 8th round, Bruno's right hand suddenly came through and Coetzer went down. He hasn't been down too many times in his career. And here's the chance for Bruno to bring it all to an end in dramatic fashion. It took him 8 rounds to really get through. And the towel has come in from the South African corner. It's all over. They've pulled Coetzer out of the fight. That's a pretty humane gesture.